The story began by showing a couple. They were standing outside a hotel called the Witch's Diner. It was written on the board that this hotel is open only after sunset and in the morning before sunrise. The couple went from there because the hotel was closed. And as soon as they left, all the lights of the hotel turned on. Also, it is magically written on the board that we also fulfill all your wishes here. Now, we see a man inside the hotel who was telling his problem to the chef there, and that chef was preparing food for him. Here we know this chef is the owner of this hotel, who is actually a witch. The witch feeds the people who come here and fulfills their wishes. But yes, she also takes something in return. The man says, I am very poor, but I want to take care of my children. My wish is that I want to win tomorrow's lottery. After which the witch gives him the dish that she had made, and she was telling the man that your eyes are very beautiful. As soon as the man started eating that dish, the witch stopped him and said, after eating my food, I'll fulfill your wishes, but you will have to pay for it. The man starts eating again after hearing her words incompletely, because the food was delicious and he could not stop himself. He eats everything and then came to his house. The next day, he was watching the lottery result on TV. His eyes were left open that he won the lottery. Enjoy, he said bye to his children, and started leaving to take the money of the lottery by his car. But then suddenly he stopped seeing. He felt that maybe water was flowing in the car. Actually, his eyes had lost their sight, because this was actually the price of winning his lottery. The witch's manager, who was also her companion, was always with her like a shadow. With the witch, he left this hotel, and started looking for another place, because they had been living here for a long time. As soon as they left, the whole structure of this hotel changed itself. Now we see a girl named Jin, whose boss has brought her and her other workers to a bar. Then the boss's wife comes here, who started beating both by suspecting her husband and Jin. For no reason, Jin was beaten by the wife of his boss. So, crying in a wounded condition, she came to her house. She lies on her mother's lap and sleeps. But the next day, when she went to work, her boss fired her from the job. When she asked the reason, he told her that my wife is doubting. If I don't fire you from the job, she will kick me out of the house. In the next scene we see June with her boyfriend, where her boyfriend break up with her. Anyway, now we were shown a boy in high school, whose name was Gil-young. He was standing at one place, then a girl came to him and started asking, you are the one who lost the race last year, just because you were injured. Your leg was injured. So, tell me, how are you now? Gil-young left without answering her. The next day, Jin's mother was telling her instead of doing any other job, open your own hotel. She then brings Jin to a hotel and tells her that the owner of this hotel is selling it. She then goes inside and talks to the owner of the hotel. She tells them that I will sell this whole hotel to you for 30 million, in which along with the hotel, all the furniture, all the utensils, even all the chefs will also be given to you. Hearing this, Jin's mother was very happy. The next day, she takes a loan from the bank and buys this place. In the morning, Jin was very happy, because now she had become the owner of this hotel. Moreover, a lot of customers were also coming. Then a senior chef came to her mother, and said that I want a few days off. I am going to my village. In Gil-young's school, some of bullies were harassing an innocent boy. They were forcing him to feed their stale food. When the class started, the boy started vomiting. As soon as he started going to the washroom, a boy from the bully gang stopped him, due to which that poor boy stopped there. He started vomiting, due to which his entire uniform gets dirty. When he went to the washroom, Gil-young also goes behind him. He starts washing his dirty clothes by giving his race uniform. Gil-young had helped him. That's why the boy took him to his house to feed him, and this way, they became friends. Now, the witch is seen again who was living near Jin's house, fulfilling her wishes. Marks were being placed on her legs. The witch's companion says that if you ask for a wish again, then it is possible that your life will be lost. The next day, only one customer came to Jin's hotel, and because their senior chef was on leave, who used to cook delicious food, so Jin's mother herself cooks food for him, but the customer did not like the food at all. He leaves from there. In a while, Jin's mother found out that the old owner of this hotel has made a very big and nice hotel right in front of her hotel. So, all the customers are going to her. So Jin and her mother went to talk to her. She says, why did you do this? While you had sold us the hotel with your items, the staff. Then that senior chef also came here. Seeing him, Jin's mother realized that the owner of the hotel has cheated us and made a new hotel with our money. Because of this, Jin's mother started crying, and she starts begging the owner to close her hotel. But that lady was so rude that She pushed them and dropped them. She calls her guards, pushes them, and gets them out of there. Seeing her mother's insult, Jin got angry. She starts fighting with them. Because of this, the police are called here. On the other side, those rude boys again started troubling Gilyong's friend. They also beat him. But then Gilyong came here, who does not say anything to those boys. He just takes his friend and leaves from there, but they do not stop. They start beating his friend again. This time Gilyong got angry. To stop them, he started beating the boys. He was fighting properly. He beats them a lot, but they were 3 and Gilyong was single. That's why they catch him. Together they started beating him. Then the police came here. Seeing them fighting, immediately bring them to the police station. In the police station, Jin was also there. She tells the police officer that the owner of the hotel has cheated us. There should be a case against her. Along with her, Gilyong and his friend and the bullies were sitting at that place. An officer was investigating them. Then another officer comes and tells them that we have received a call from above. He says that they should be released, those 3 boys. Hearing this, the officer immediately releases them. And he now started investigating Gilyong and his friend. But Jin came and told the officer, "What are you doing, sir? Can't you see that these poor boys are the victims? They should be released. Not those 3 whom you have released." After hearing this, the officer releases both of them. As soon as Gilyong started going from there, she tells him that I know that you must not have done anything. And yes, there is no need to be good. People will use you as much as you become good. The next day, the witch starts smoking a magical cigarette. As soon as the smoke of the cigarette flew, it increased a lot. Due to which the dress that the witch she wore suddenly changed completely. Jin was very worried. That's why she puts a notice to rent her hotel. Then her mother called. She was saying that, "I am going to your dad for a few days. He is not well. You also come with me," but she refused. Because she did not like her dad. After a while, the witch came to Jin's hotel, and told her that I have heard that you are renting your hotel. Do one thing, you sell me your hotel. In return, I will fulfill one of your wishes. Jin started asking her, "Who are you?" Then she gives her card and tells her that, "I am a witch who fulfills wishes. Now tell me, what is your wish?" Jin could not believe it. But still, jokingly she says that, "I want to take revenge from the old owner of this hotel." Hearing this, the witch makes a contract with her magic, and takes the sign of Jin on it. After that, she takes out the stuff from her bag, and starts making the dish to fulfill Jin's wish. She makes it complete and gives her to eat. Seeing the delicious dish, Jin could not stop herself. She starts eating immediately. She liked the food so much that she started eating fast like crazy. As soon as she finished her food, a lot of rats started moving toward the old owner's hotel. They attacked her like an army. At that time, she was counting the money and a force that looked like an animal enters her chest. It hurts her so much that the owner died. The next morning, Jin's eyes opened with a nightmare, and she started remembering the things that happened last night. Meaning, I met a witch. She fulfilled my wish, but she could not believe everything. She just felt it was a dream. Then getting ready, when she started going to the hotel, her eyes remained open. The police are taking the dead body of the old owner with them. She lost her senses and she understood. It means that the witch really fulfilled my wish. She was also sad that why did I ask for such a wish, in which a person died. Now we are shown a homeless, a jobless boy whose name was Bay. He comes to the washerman and returns his clothes, the clothes he had taken to wear for the interview. Because he did not have a job, he did not give anything to the washerman, because he doesn't have any money. As a result, so that washerman becomes angry and he ran him away after insulting Bay. Jin came to the hotel. And because the hotel was bought by the witch, so she was there. Jin started asking her, "Have you killed that lady?" The witch said, "No, I have not. You have killed her to take your revenge, asking for that wish." Jin got angry and started shouting, "That I did not tell you to kill her. I just told you to take revenge." The witch also gets furious on her behavior. She held her face and pushed her down, and she said while showing her scary face, "So I did the same thing. Crazy girl, killing someone, what could be a bigger revenge than this?" The witch's anger started burning the whole place. Seeing this, Jin ran away from there crying. But surprise, it started raining immediately, due to which all the fire was extinguished. Gilyong's paper was taking place in the school, and his friend was cheating from his mobile. This thing was known to the leader of the bully. To trap him, he calls Gilyong's friend. As soon as his mobile vibrated, the teacher came to him. When he came to know about the cheating, he snatches the paper and his paper is cancelled. Then Gilyong's friend was sad and had to go from there. After the paper was over, as soon as Gil Yong started following his friend, his legs suddenly started hurting. That's why he immediately went to the hospital. The doctor said that in the race, where your leg was injured, in the same place, you got injured again. The injury was actually hit while fighting with those rude boys. That's why the doctor tells him that now you should rest for a whole month. Jin came to the witch's hotel. She was very drunk. She said to the witch that I don't know anything. I also want half the profit of this hotel. Surprised, the witch did not do anything to her. To give profit, she agreed. On which happily Jin comes back. Gil Yong went to the hospital to meet his friend, because his friend tried to kill himself. His friend was sad and said, neither am I good at studying, nor am I good at playing. I'm useless. What should I do in life? I'm such a coward that I don't even have the courage to kill myself. On the other side, another witch comes to meet the witch and told her to stop everything. If you cross your limits, then you will not be a witch, you will become a common man. On which the old witch got angry. She replies, why are you keeping an eye on me like a camera? Can't you do your work? Anyway, I will do what my heart wants. Saying this, she left from there. Gil Yong was also very sad. He came on the roof of the building. He was going to jump and kill himself, because he had an injury in his leg, so he will never be able to fulfill his dad's dream, who wanted Gil Yong to become a good player. Along with that, he could not help his friend. Before he jumped from the building, his friend called him, who said that I will not give up this life but I will fight, which Gil Yong felt very good to hear. He says, my friend, you have made a very good decision. A person should not lose courage so soon. He should keep fighting with difficulties. Because of this, Gil Yong also got courage, so he removes the thought of jumping from his mind. The witch's companion came to the hotel with his magic wand. He changes the whole design of the hotel and everything there, which was looking very beautiful, now quite modern. Then Jin came here. Seeing this new look of the hotel, she was very surprised. Because of this beauty, she liked it very much. She asks witch's companion that I have seen you for the first time here. Who are you? On which he tells that I am witch's companion. Witch's shadow can also be said. Then witch also came here. Witch's companion gives a small tree-shaped pot as a gift to Jin. Along with that, a broom too, which Jin felt that surely witch might fly with the help of this broom. Now actually Jin was going to work with witch in this hotel. She asks witch, why do you open this hotel only at night? No one will come here at this time. On which witch says, it's not like that. Get ready, someone is coming. After a while Gil Yong was passing by that hotel. Today he did not eat anything. That's why he came inside the hotel. Jin and those two were surprised to see each other, because they had already met at the police station. Then witch also came here. Seeing this, Jin immediately holds Gil Yong's hand and brings him out. She started explaining that you go to some other hotel and eat food. This is a witch's hotel, who will give you her magical dish and fulfill one of your wishes, but not like this. Instead of this, you will have to give her something which she wants. Which Gil Yong was surprised to hear and happily says, then I should definitely eat her dish. Again, he came inside the hotel, which tells him, if you once ask for any dish, then you cannot change it. The price will be what I want. Gil Yong says, okay, I agree. But yes, don't tell Jin about my wish. After which the witch starts preparing food for him. The witch asked Jin, go and get some pot leaves and some herbs from the basement. Jin breaks the pot leaves. Suddenly its color changed from greenish red, and it started talking, which scared her a lot, and she goes back in chaos and calls the witch. Witch comes there and tells Jin, don't be surprised, yes, I know that it can talk. She says this is a plant. How can she talk like this? But ignoring this, she comes to the basement to get to herbs, where a lot of herbs were lying in the bottle, which were colorful, which she brings and gives to the witch. As the witch mixes the herbs, then we see a power which was like smoke coming inside the hotel. Then the witch prepares food for Gil Yong. The food, he liked it a lot. He started eating it. Then when he left, the witch gives her card. After he left, Jin asks the witch, what did Gil Yong wish for? To which the witch went away without giving any answer. The next day, when Jin was sleeping, she had a nightmare, like a scary girl is sleeping with her. When she went to the hotel, she was surprised that the witch kept Gil Yong at the hotel, because Gil Yong's dad has bought a new house near the hotel. In the next scene we see Bae giving an interview wearing nice clothes. Happily, he was giving his interview today, but then suddenly, he started having a stomachache, because for a long time, he didn't eat anything, because of which the seniors who take the interview consider him weak and send him from there. And at night, When Bei went to sleep on the footpath, then his mom called. She said, I am very sick, I needed money to buy medicine. Hearing this, he takes a knife and goes into the witch's hotel. Showing the knife, he started threatening Jin. He asks her for money and food. He takes out a bag from his pocket, and throws it at Jin, to quickly fill the food in it. Now, the witch also came here, seeing which he catches Jin. He puts the knife on her neck. He also demands food and money from the witch. Then suddenly, he bumped into the plant. As soon as he saw the plant speaking, he lost his mind and he leaves Jin, and gets scared and falls down and also faints. After a while, when he regains consciousness, then crying, he apologizes to everyone, and said that for my mom's treatment, I need money. For a long time, I didn't eat anything, so I had to do all that. Jin asks him, why don't you do a job? He said, I have a bad luck. I tried many times but I didn't even get a small job, although my mom had taken a loan to teach me, but there was no use of me studying. Gilyong happily said, oh wow brother, then you have come to a very good place. This is Miss Witch who fulfills every person's wishes. So the witch asks him, tell me what are your wishes? He said, I just want to do a small job. Jin asked him, are you really ready for this? Because in return, you will have to pay a heavy price. Bei replies, but I don't have anything to give you. The witch says, forget this. Your fingers are very beautiful. Jin and the witch come to the kitchen to cook for Bei. After a while, she gives him black chicken. As soon as he sees it, Bei's mouth is watering. He couldn't stop himself and started eating. He was eating in such a strange way, as he hasn't eaten anything for years. But after eating, Bei became happy. As soon as he started going, Gilyong says, by tomorrow morning your wish will be fulfilled. Bei was walking happily in the streets, was going. Then he saw a man who was hitting a girl. As soon as he tried to stop the man showed him a knife. He tells Bei to run away from here but he doesn't go. He says to the man to leave this girl. The man got so angry that he attacks Bei with a knife. The knife was about to stab him, but Bei grabs the knife, which was very strong. Meanwhile, the police came here. In order to escape, the man pulls his knife back. As a result, 2 fingers of Bei fall down. He starts suffering. He remembers the witch's words. When she said, your fingers are very beautiful, that means these fingers were the price of his wish. Then the black smoke picks up his cut fingers and takes them and puts them in a vessel in front of the witch. The next day, when Gilyong was in school, the bullies start harassing a boy again. Gilyong comes to them and says, leave him, and don't harass anyone, otherwise, it won't be good. I will complain to your grandfather, the principal, about all this. Gilyong pushes him and leaves for his class. When he meets Jin in the evening, he shows her a video of Bei, in which it was being told that brave Bei saved a girl's life, who lost his 2 fingers. Seeing his bravery, the police has decided to give him a lot of rewards. The next day, Jin again had a dream, in which she sees Bei's cut fingers. She gets so much scared that she runs away from there and came back to her childhood. From there, she falls down. As soon as a woman held her hand, she saw a scary girl with her, afraid of which she wakes up. Now after many days, Gilyong's friend comes back to school. Gilyong welcomes him, but the bullies start harassing him again. This time Gilyong's friend says, tease me as much as you can, now I am not afraid of you. After hearing this, a boy got angry. He holds him by the collar and makes him stand. After hearing this, Gilyong frees him, and says to the leader of the boys, what nonsense are you doing? Are you mad? Well, their teacher came. Then both have to sit on their seats. On the other side, Jin's mom came back from her husband. Jin tells her mom, I have been having strange dreams for many days. I'm seeing my childhood now. So tell me, when I was 5 to 6 years old, did something happen to me? Did a woman come to meet me? Her mom avoids the matter and says, no my daughter, there is nothing like that. It was just your dream, forget it. The next day, when Gilyong and Jin were returning from work, then he asks Jin, on the day off, will you come with me to eat food? On which she says yes. The next day, when she comes to the hotel, she sees the leftover food at night. She could not stop herself. She starts eating, although the witch forbade her to eat the leftover food. As soon as she ate, Jin's health became strange. The next day, she went shopping with her friend, where she sees a very famous writer, who had a lot of fans who liked him. Anyway, after a while, when Jin starts going from there, then the writer meets her in the lift, suddenly due to the shock. As soon as Jin started falling, the writer holds her hand and takes care of her, but as soon as she held his hand, Jin started thinking a lot. Now as soon as the lift door opened, the writer left from there. The next day, Jin was watching TV, where that writer was being interviewed. Jin remembered that he had taken my number. And when he was leaving from there, then his pen fell in the lift. After a while, Jin got a call from the writer. He says, "Jin, this is me speaking, the writer. We met in the lift." She says, "Yes, I remember. It's good that you got a call. Your pen is with me which fell in the lift." The writer said, "Oh God, it's with you. I swear it's very precious for me. Can you meet today and return that pen to me?" On which he says yes. After a while, she leaves to meet him. She meets the writer and returns his pen. And these people talk a lot. In the evening the writer leaves Jin to her house, saying that I will meet again. When Gil-yong went hotel, where the witch and her companion were, she started asking Gil-yong, "Today is your day off. Then why did you come?" After saying this he asks, "Did Jin come here?" "Because today she asked to go with me to watch a movie, and eat food." After ignoring this, the witch's companion took him with him, to make him drink alcohol. And says, "Look kid, don't expect more than anyone. Because when your hope breaks, you will be in a lot of trouble." The next day, an old woman is seen, who was waking up her 40-year-old son just like a child, because his mind was a little like a child. The old woman was very worried, because apart from her, there was no one to take care of her son. Along with being naive, he was also very lazy. When Jin wakes up, thinking about the writer, she starts feeling happy. It felt like she started liking him. Gil-yong tells his dad, "Dad, I want to leave high school and go to the university," on which his dad immediately agrees. The next day he came to school, because he had cancelled his admission from there. He tells his friend, "Okay friend, take care of yourself. We will meet again." After saying this, he started going. He tells the gang of those boys, "Shall I tell you one thing? I feel very bad for you, you trouble people. I think you are going crazy. You should get yourself treated by a good doctor." Then he went to the hotel from here, where he meets Jin and he tells her, "I have left school, because now I will take admission in the university. For admission, I am preparing for the exam." Jin was happy to hear this. Then she says, "I didn't go with you yesterday. Sorry for that." Gil-yong answers with a smile, "No problem Jin, we will also go sometime." Now the next day, that old woman, in her hotel, brought a sweet thing which she gives to Jin to eat, and asks, "My dear, how old are you?" Jin said, "I am 27 years old." The old woman asked again, "Okay, you are single or married?" On which Jin says, "I am single." "But why are you asking me all this?" The old woman answers, "Because my son has just turned 40 years old. He is very cute, and a handsome young man. I want him to marry. For which I am looking for a girl like you." Saying this she shows the picture of her son to Jin, and points towards Gil-yong and says, "Look at my son, he looks better than him." Jin refuses, saying this, "No, I already like someone." Hearing this, the old woman left. Immediately the witch comes here, asks, "Whom did you send empty stomach from my hotel?" Outside the old woman sees the board of the hotel, on which it was written, that we can fulfill any wish of yours, but she ignored it and left from there. Now again in the hotel, that old witch came, who was actually the mother of this witch. She says to her mother, "I don't like this at all, that someone should interfere in my life like this." After a while, Jin comes to the witch, and tells that I am feeling very strange. I get strange dreams, in which I can see my childhood and a woman. Not only that, I can also read people's memories. On which the witch says, "These are your qualities which you got as a gift from God." Jin asks, "Can I also become a witch?" The witch replies, "Actually, God gives us two ways, and then leaves it to us. That which way we have to choose, and now you have to decide that which way you want to take." Bae was about to get married to a girl. He also tells her about the witch's hotel, that wishes are fulfilled there. The old woman sitting next to him, she started asking him, "Is this true? Is it possible?" Bae replies that yes, absolutely. My wish was a good job which I got, but its price I had to pay by losing my 2 fingers. Hearing this, the old woman came to the witch's hotel, and asks for a wish, that I want my son to get a good wife. In return, I am ready to give anything, but the witch only asks for her memories. She and Jin came to the kitchen, to prepare the dish of the old woman. Here the witch gives Jin a chance to choose the dish. Jin starts reading the book. Gil-yong sees that although the book is completely blank, but Jin is able to read it, and he was surprised to see it. Jin picks noodles. The witch makes the noodles and gives it to the old woman to eat. She too liked the witch's food very much. But the next day, the old woman was seen in a very strange condition, because she had forgotten everything. That means her memory had gone. Seeing her condition, Jin got very angry. She went near the witch and started getting angry at her. She says that I had chosen that dish, so that the old woman could erase all her bad memories. But she has lost all her memory. She is not even able to recognize her son. The witch answers, so what can I do? The old woman, for the happiness of her son, she has paid this price. Because a person is so crazy to achieve happiness, that he can give anything. Jin said in anger, I am leaving this hotel. I am fed up of all these circumstances. From now on, I will live a normal life and never return. I will not come back to the hotel. After she left, the process of customers coming and going continued. The witch was doing her job. But along with that, she was missing Jin, and Gilyong was not feeling at all. The old woman's son was all alone. Now, he had to take care of his house. Along with his work, he had to take care of his mom too. That's why he drops her at the nursing home, so that she can live there comfortably. But he was missing her mom, that's why he cries a lot. Jin couldn't see this thing. That's why she came to the hotel to meet the witch. She says either you cancel her wish, or return half of the old woman's memory. On which the witch says, the wish cannot be taken back, but yes, you watch their story till the end, and then tell me whether they are happy or not, because after a bad time, there is always a good time. In the nursing home, the old woman's condition was getting worse. That's why her son brought her home. There he met his childhood friend, both liked each other, and now decided to get married, and today here the old woman's wish was fulfilled. That means she got a wife for her son. When Jin found out that the old woman came home, so she came to her house to meet her. She sees that someone has come to take care of the old woman, who will be his son's wife. She was also understanding that the old woman's wish was fulfilled. Surprisingly, the old woman's memory also came back little by little. She tells Jin that my wish has been fulfilled, and I am very happy because of this. Now I don't care about anything. I am feeling lucky that I will be able to see my son's happiness. Jin was happy to hear that and came back to the hotel. Seeing her again, Gilyong was also very happy. The next day, the old woman's son was getting married in a hotel, which was being done with great pomp. Jin tells the writer to come with her to the wedding, but when he refused and she went with Gilyong, they congratulated the old woman and her son a lot. Jin was very happy, thinking that thank God the old woman's whole family is so happy today. Now in the hall, Jin sees the writer at one place. He was going to the other hall, but Jin also started following him, and Gilyong started following her. Jin came to that hall and sees that the writer is already married. He also has a daughter. And here the writer came to celebrate his daughter's first birthday with his wife. Seeing this, Jin and Gilyong were very surprised. Jin was so sad that she breaks down. Seeing her condition, Gilyong came to drop her home, but when he was going back, he sees the writer's car goes to Jin's house, because he found out that Jin has known about his truth. The writer came inside and started to convince her, but Jin was so angry that she says, I don't want to talk to you, cheater, get lost from here. Their argument increases a lot. The writer in anger starts beating her. Then Gilyong also came inside. He stops the writer and pulls him back. He punches him hard on his face, and this is how their fight started. Seeing this situation, Jin calls the police, so the police bring them to the police station. There the writer started to give statement that Jin is my friend, we are friends now. After hearing this, Jin says this man is lying. I have nothing to do with this. Then when the police asks Gilyong, what is your relation with Jin? Then he says we are good friends. Jin also agrees with him that yes, we are good friends. The next day, Jin goes to her mom to know why is everything going wrong with me. Both mother and daughter were eating food, and now we are shown Jin's childhood, where her mom was feeding her. When the little Jin went to sleep at night, then she hears her mom and aunt talking. Her aunt told her mom that Jin is not your real daughter. Then why are you taking so much trouble for her? Your husband is also not good. You can live a good life by getting separated from your husband, and by giving this child to someone else. Hearing this, Jin asks her mom at the present time that why did you hide this from me? That I am not your daughter. Her mom, after being emotional, says, people may say whatever they want but you are my daughter. Hearing this, Jin also became emotional. She says thank you mom for taking care of me, and for loving me like a mother. But yes, I will never forgive dad, who has always given you trouble. Mom says yes daughter, what can happen? This is the truth. Trouble is a part of our life, but every trouble ends with time. And yes daughter, thank you too. As you came into my life, you filled it with happiness. You are my very good daughter. After which both mother and daughter started crying. That is when her dad came and said, I don't deserve forgiveness, but forgive me, please. Because today I realize my mistake. I have always lived my life in the wrong way. I was selfish. I never took care of you and your mom. Saying this, he gives a picture to Jin. In the next scene, the witch tells Gil-yong that I am banning this hotel, so from now on you don't have to come. She started remembering all the moments she spent with Jin. In a little while, Jin also came back here. She says to the witch, I went to meet my mom and dad. And now we are shown the dream of Jin's childhood. When she fell, a woman held her hand and picked her up. It turns out that woman was no one else but the witch. In the present time, she says to the witch, that you are with me till I grow up from childhood, mom. Now listening to the word mom, tears came in the witch's eyes. Jin says, I have known all the truth. You are my mom. Coming to my hotel, it was not a coincidence. Rather, you were always keeping an eye on me. She was seeing all my troubles, so that you can help me. Now the witch started telling her story, and also that how did I meet your dad? She tells that one day, I went to the art gallery. There your dad and I saw each other and liked. Then we started meeting. One day, then your dad asked me to marry. We got married too. But one day, I found out that your dad was already married. The thing broke me and I was very sad. I came to my mom and asked for this wish, that my husband's child can never be happy. This is my curse. But actually my mom was a witch, and I gave my mom the price of fulfilling the wish, that I myself became a witch. But I later found out that I am going to be a mother, and my husband's child getting cursed, means a curse to my child. That's why I went to my mom and told her, that please you return my wish. I don't want that this curse get to my child too. My mom said this can't happen. The wish can never be taken back. But yes, if you want to save your child from curses, then give her to someone else. She will raise her better than you. This is the reason that I gave you to your mom. The Jinn was very sad and started asking, Mom, why did you took me away from you in my childhood? The witch said because there was no other way. Then she wiped her tears. Jinn prepares to take revenge on the writer. That means she prepares food for him. She pays the price in such a way that in return she also becomes a witch. Gil-yong goes to the university to give the entrance exam. Here he met his friend. He found out that the bullies was expelled from the school, because one day, they had to get punished, and the witch with her companion prepares food, because today she had invited Jin, her mom and Gil-yong. Everyone was eating and were very happy with each other. Gil-yong gets a message that he passed the test, so that everyone becomes even happier. After this, the witch and Jin's mom were talking to each other. The witch tells her, thank you for taking care of my daughter. Her mom says to the witch, thank you too. I always prayed to God to become a mother. But it didn't happen, but then you gave me Jin. As soon as she came into my life I became complete, and my life was filled with happiness. The Jin tells Gil-yong, I didn't curse the writer, but I asked the witch that he should always be happy with his family, because we should be good with the bad people too. The next day, the witch says to the Jin, bye. Goodbye my daughter. Jin says, where are you going? And when will you come back? The witch replies, I am going for a few days. I will come back soon. After I go you run this hotel, because now you too are a witch. The next day, Jin becomes exactly like the witch, whereas Gil-yong like her companion, her shadow. The witch's companion gives Gil-yong his magical wand, on which the name Gil-yong was written. After that, her customers started coming. A girl comes and tells that I want to write a novel, but I am not able to think that on which topic I should write a novel. After hearing this, Jin makes a dish for her, and in the witch's style, says that everything has a price. For the witch you too have to pay a price, and I like your wrist. That girl was thinking, what should I write? And then on the screen the witch's diner comes written, seeing which she got happy, because she got the topic to write a novel. The next moment, she starts writing the novel, which meant that like her mom the witch, now, Jin will fulfill the wishes of the people, and take the price from them. She will move her mom's work forward, but because she is very good and kind, so maybe she won't harm anyone. With this drama ends here.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.